In the lands of the gods, where battles between giants, gods, and creatures are often the stuff of legend, there lies a forgotten war. It is the tale of a civil war between two divine families, the Aesir and the Vanir, whose conflict nearly tore the 9 realms apart. This war was not a battle for land or power. It was a battle for the soul of the gods themselves. The Aesir, the gods of power, war, and knowledge, ruled from their shining city of Asgard. Odin, the All-Father, was their leader, a god of wisdom and foresight, but also one of ruthless ambition. He sought to control the fate of the world and grow the power of Asgard, and as with all power, it would soon bring forth dissent. The Vanir, gods of nature, fertility, and peace, ruled over their lush and prosperous land of Vanaheim. Njord, the god of the sea, and Freya, the goddess of love and magic, were among their most powerful leaders. The Vanir valued peace, growth, and the harmony between gods and nature, but their peaceful ways were often at odds with the Aesir's hunger for power. At first, the Aesir and Vanir formed an alliance, a fragile truce made necessary by the growing threats of the giants and other forces outside their realms. Gifts were exchanged. Odin gave his wisdom, and the Vanir offered their mastery over nature and magic. For a time, peace reigned, but peace, it seems, was never meant to last. Like a whisper in the wind, Loki's mischief spread. The trickster god, always a catalyst for chaos, began sowing seeds of doubt and mistrust between the two families. Loki's lies painted the Vanir as dangerous, suggesting their powers could rival those of the Aesir. Soon, the gods of Asgard began to question the trust they had placed in their allies. And so, the inevitable happened. The gods of Asgard and Vanaheim went to war. The earth itself shook as mighty Thor clashed with Freya, their powers nearly tearing the ground asunder. Odin and Njord, once allies, were now bitter enemies, their weapons locked in battle as the sky raged above them. But this was no ordinary war. It was a war that threatened to destroy everything. As the battle raged on, both sides suffered tremendous losses. The gods began to realize the cost of their war, not just in blood, but in the very fabric of their existence. The Bifrost trembled, and the 9 realms seemed to falter. The gods of both Asgard and Vanaheim were beginning to question if victory was worth the devastation they were causing. Exhausted and broken, both sides called for a ceasefire. At the negotiating table, Odin and Njord came to terms. The gods realized their war would lead only to mutual destruction. A peace was brokered, though fragile and incomplete. Hostages were exchanged, and marriages were arranged between the Aesir and Vanir to seal the treaty. Yet, the scars of the conflict would never truly fade. The aftermath of the forgotten civil war left its mark on the gods, but also a new understanding. The once divided Aesir and Vanir would now share their realms and their power. Yet beneath their newfound alliance, the shadows of that forgotten conflict lingered, a reminder that even gods must contend with their own desires and flaws. And so, the forgotten civil war faded into myth, lost beneath the stories of Ragnarok and the final days of the gods. But its lesson remains clear. Even those who are immortal are not immune to the destructive force of pride and ambition. In the end, peace comes not through power, but through understanding. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more.